Morning Year 7, so this is the 16th July, Thursday the 16th July, and it's your last final lesson in Year 7. And what we're going to do today is we're going to put in practice we're going to see aspects of the present tense that we've seen in the past, and the future tense. We're going to see if you can write independently on the future tense. Okay, and I've tried to bring in previous learning as well, so that you're constantly revising vocab. Okay, the more you see it, the more you use it, the more you're going to remember it. Okay, so thank you for all the work that you have done with me since March. Totally impressed, and I'm sure the other teachers have thought the same thing as well. So this is the first task. Task 1. We're going to look at your learning from last week. We're going to look back at the near future tense, and sometimes we call that the immediate future tense. Basically, it's going to in Spanish. Okay, and this takes our learning further. Okay, so so two tenses together. This first activity is trying to identify the present and the future tense together. Okay, so I'd like you to identify examples of the present tense and future tense within the grid. You could colour code them if you wish. You've got a couple of different pencil crayons or gel pens or highlighters. Okay, or if you haven't, not a problem, just put a P for anything that you think is in the present tense, and then F for the future tense, just so that you can identify the tenses. And once you've done that, translate the sentences into English. So all these sentences are connected to my free time, so that's mi tiempo libre. So, little tip, if the first verb, okay, if the first word ends in, okay, I should have put word here really, ends in O, it is the present tense. And then for the future, you need to see voy a plus an infinitive. And remember, an infinitive is what we term as a verb, and in Spanish they end in ea, ia, and aya. So this is your starter activity. So if I take number 2, it's already done for you. The first word, it's a verb, okay, ends in O, so therefore it's the present tense. Okay, so I put a P, and then if it's the present tense, it's I listen to music. Okay, hopefully you can see that as very similar to the English. So we call those cognates and near cognates. Remember. So number 3, another example I've done for you. It says voy a jugar al fútbol. So we've got voy now. So if you have a look up here, it says, and then for the future, you need to see voy a. We've got that. Okay, plus an infinitive. And infinitives end in ea, ia, and aya. And it does. It ends in ea. Okay. So voy a, I am going to jugar al fútbol. I'm going to play football. Okay. So have a look at the rest of the sheet, see if you can identify which are in the present tense, and then which are in the future tense, and then translate them. Okay, we have one example here, which often when I've used an activity like this, pupils straight away when they see boy, they think it's the future tense. Okay, but it's not followed by de. Okay, it's got to be voy a. Okay, plus an infinitive. Okay, so I've given you a clue, if not the answer for that one there. There may well be words like ajedrez, and that you might have to use an online dictionary. Okay, but all the rest of the words we should have covered before, all the cognates or near cognates. Okay, so yeah, have a go. This is a waggle, what a good one looks like, and it's a description about a future weekend. So I want you to read the letter, and then you're going to do a couple of tasks. So now if I read this letter, maybe you could read it with me. It's always good to practice our pronunciation. So, querida Sara, Este fin de semana voy a estar muy ocupada. Voy a hacer muchas cosas. El sábado por la mañana voy a levantarme pronto. A las 10 voy a ir a mi clase de piano. Después voy a jugar al tenis con mis amigos. Vamos a reunirnos a las 11 en el polideportivo. Después de comer voy a ir de compras con mi primo. Vamos a ir al centro comercial. Mi prima va a comprar unas zapatillas deportivas nuevas y yo voy a comprar un libro. Por la noche voy a cenar en un restaurante con mi familia porque va a ser el cumpleaños de mi padre. El domingo por la mañana voy a levantarme tarde, a las 11, porque voy a visitar a mis abuelos con mis padres. Por la tarde voy a salir con mis amigos. Vamos a ir al cine. Por la noche voy a hacer mis deberes y ver un poco de televisión. Voy a acostarme pronto, a las 10. ¿Y tú? ¿Qué vas a hacer este fin de semana? Un saludo, María. Right, so your first task is to underline or highlight any examples of future tense. You should be, so this is the near future, the immediate future. You should be looking for voy, vas, va, vamos. And I've missed off here, vais, van. Okay, plus a plus an infinitive. Remember, an infinitive is a verb which ends in Spanish, ends in ea, ia, and aya. So, if you take each line, okay, so este fin de semana, this weekend, one here. So we've got voy, it's followed by a, and the next word after, which is a verb, is estar. Okay, ends in ea, so that's, we've got future tense there. Okay, so this weekend I'm going to be very busy. Okay, if you wanted to steal that phrase, ocupado would be for a boy. Right, let's continue then. Voy a hacer muchas cosas. Got another future tense here. Voy a hacer. Yeah, so we've got voy, we've got a up there, and then we've got hacer. I've got the verb here. Okay, so just have a go, see if you can identify them within the text. So you've got examples, not just got examples of voy a, so what I am going to do. Some things might confuse you a little bit. We've got voy a levantarme pronto. This is a reflexive verb. If you take me off, that makes it reflexive. It is voy a levantar. It's an ea verb. Okay. Got another example here, vamos a reunirnos. So we've got another reflexive verb here, okay. Nos is the pronoun here, but it's in the future tense. Vamos a reunirnos, okay. So there may well be a number of other examples within the text, okay. So got a number of questions to have a look at in English. I've indicated how many marks, so we always, if you know, when you do comprehensions, if you've done them in your SATs, it would always say that if it's 1 mark, it's 1 detail, and 2 marks, you obviously have to provide a longer answer. 2 details need to be there. Okay, you might have to at times maybe use an online dictionary. Okay, and finally, your last task. Okay, let's see what you can do. So, it's a resilience task. Now, this is your turn now. I would like you to use the grid below to write a paragraph using future tense. Please don't use Google. It becomes too complicated. You end up never remembering it. But if you keep recycling vocab that we keep using in class, you will remember them, okay, over time. So, yeah, stick to your vocab note, stick to this, okay. So I've got left you some time expressions, how to form future tense, try some examples of voy a, vamos a, and perhaps say what somebody else is going to do. That would be even better. You've got examples of infinitive. The infinitive will be the first word, that's the verb. The rest of so muchas cosas interesantes al museo is just padding the sentence out. Okay, there might be nouns and adjectives there. And you've got additional words and phrases to say where you are going to do that action. Now, it'd be lovely if you could use some exclamations. We've been looking at that, so que bien, que aburrido, etc. And even better, será. It will be, maybe followed by interesante, divertido, okay? Or even you could say what it will not be, no será aburrido, okay? Going back to this as well, you could actually put one of these sentences into the negative as well and say what you are not going to do. So if you're not going to visit the museum, you would say no voy a visitar el museo, by just simply putting no there. Okay, so let's get rid of that now. So underneath here, yeah, you've got a number of lines or in your exercise book where you would write. Now, look back at the waggle. So this one here, okay, as a guide. I don't need to copy it. I want your ideas, okay, and write a paragraph using future tense. Write at least 50 words. I don't want to see Google. And here I've given you some things that we expect in your writing. Okay, so time expressions, examples of the future tense. Maybe you could use a negative. Okay, so what you're not going to do, what it will not be like. Conjunctions, to make sure that your sentences aren't short and longer. Opinions, okay, you could use your exclamations there as well. And little intensifiers, so you've got very and quite in Spanish. Okay, so looking forward to seeing your work here. Obviously, any issues, just let us know. And then finally, well done. Okay, that is our last lesson before we break up. And tomorrow we do actually break up. It's Friday. Okay, so if you could, I would love to see the little descriptions. Okay, I think this it will finish off our learning over this past few weeks in a really good way. Okay, right, so final thing to say is have a lovely summer. Thank you for all your hard work that you've done, and we will see you in September. Okay, adios.